Hi folks, I'm Doug at Dizzy Lizzie's, and you've heard of two-stroke engines and four-stroke engines. Have you heard of a four-mix? Stihl make it, and what it does, it uses a two-stroke fuel mix but has a four-stroke cycle. The advantage is the lower noise level or a lower pitch instead of a screaming two-stroke with the extra torque of the four-stroke. Let's see what's inside. Now, the difference, first things you'll notice on a four-mix engine is there is a rocker box cover and there's a cover here. Now, I've taken the ancillaries off of it. A carburettor would fit on this side and an exhaust would fit on this side. The flywheel would be here and the pull cord mech would be here. So I've got a 13mm bolt in here. Now, let's take it apart. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take off the starter pour, because once I've done that it makes it easier to get to this. Now I use the good old Stihl T27 headed torque bolt. So I just undo the 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts here. I've previously loosen this off because I don't want to spend 5 minutes trying to remove the fire gasket. You take that off and you can see there is a cam follower in there. Underneath the cover there, which is a rocker box, you have valves. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly put this back on so I can grab hold of the crankshaft to turn it over. But when the engine's going over, it will be just like a normal car engine. Now I don't know if you can see the cam, I'll zoom in a bit. Can you see the camshaft? And as you turn the engine over, it moves inlet and exhaust valves up and down. Can you see the valves moving up and down? Maybe a bit better that way. So when you've taken that apart, taken that off, oh sorry, wrong button. So when you get to them, you see you've got a valve, a camshaft, simple camshaft, and a set of valves. Now these are in 7 or an 8mm. I'll just check. Yep, 8mm. And two bolts come off of there, and then you've got a camshaft and a rocker pin. I've forgotten what they're called. You've also got this here, which fits with that round piece underneath this rocker arm. So again, that goes on the top, the bolt goes on there. So it's bolt this part, then it's the rocker with the pin. The engine's being scrapped because it's totally knackered. Next thing I'm going to do is remove that bolt again, because we're going to take it apart. Take the bottom end of it off. Now at the bottom end you've got 4 bolts. And these will all be saved because that's a few more pennies. and then I'll just pop that off. And you've got the crankshaft, or the bottom housing. You then got your crankshaft, and unlike a two-stroke, you've got this cog here which goes on to the camshaft. Other two-strokes, it'll just be the bearing, seal. This won't be here. So let's pull the crankshaft out. It just literally just pulls out. Now, it looks like a two-stroke piston, but the thing about it is, with these, there is no pin to hold these in place because there's no ports down the bore, unlike a two-stroke. So, yeah, when you're trying to reassemble it, don't worry about, oh, where's the pin, because there is no pin, unlike a two-stroke. So that's one of the main differences there with the piston. Because it's a four-stroke, they don't need these we call it piston rings being locked in position, because they are possibly move around and get caught up on a port. Also, there's no scraper bar or scraper, which is what you normally find on a four-stroke engine. The reason for this is you're trying to lubricate it, so it does help to have two-stroke mix going around the bottom, which is two-stroke, with the lubrication in it. So that helps lubricate that bottom end instead of having an oil sump. Yes. The next thing is the camshaft. Now normally you'll have the pins coming down here, but as I've taken the rocker box off and taken the rockers off, there's no pins to hold it in place. You've got a single pin there, and there's your rocker. Another one, and the other rocker is underneath there. There's no washers between them whatsoever. It's literally that rod, and I don't think there's a difference between either of them, because if you look like that, they look exactly the same. Next thing, take this pin out, and then you can remove the camshaft. This is a simple camshaft. You've got a little bit of mechanics in the back of there, but apart from that, it's just a simple typical camshaft. It's got the easy start pin on there to give it a reduction on the compression, because with these things like the BR 600s, if the rocker valve there has less or more than 10,000, they can be a pain to start. Next thing you know, we've got two valves. Now there's various ways of taking valves out, but because these are small, you can possibly just push them down and slot it across, and off it goes. There you are. That is one valve out. Look at that little dinky bugger. Now, I had a customer who had one of these engines and it stopped. Now, lucky enough, he was on tick over and the valve head sheared off, dropped into the engine, and it got bent up badly. Lucky enough, the engine wasn't revving highly, so nothing got damaged. Again, you can see there's a little slot for putting the valve over. So again, all I'm going to do is push it down, move the top across, and hey presto, there's the valve spring, and give it a little tap, and there comes the valve. Now this engine had 45 psi compression, and now looking at the bore, you can see that it's worn and it's damaged. There's not too much damage on the piston. It's probably where it's been sat around, and now I removed it, it's freed up the piston rings. But basically that's about it. Okay, you've got two studs there which held the valves on, which is probably 12mm. Let's check it. 12mm. And there's your valve stud. come on, here you come. Well, I'll have to tap it out later because it seems to be a bit of a tight fit. But anyway, that's how you get your valve stems out. So that is basically it. You've got your engine block, 2 springs, 2 valves, 2 followers, 2 rod pins, 2 tappet holders, so 2 rocker holders, 2 rockers, 2 bolts, a camshaft, and 2 shafts and a crankshaft. Rocker box cover, things, yeah, valve camshaft cover. But that's basically about it. Yeah, and the difference between the 2-stroke is you wouldn't have the valves, you wouldn't have the followers, you wouldn't have all this lot. There'll be a piston rings which are located, and you wouldn't have cams and stuff. But then you'll have an engine that screams on a Sunday, which will annoy the neighbours. So there you are, folks. That's the insides of a 4-mix stroke engine from Stihl. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you next video. Bye.